football. Butters, meanwhile, 6'5", 245 from Wartburg University. He resides in Iowa, and as soon as they hear the whistle, we will be ready to go. Crockett waits at the 3-yard line. Here's the opening throw off, and the ball goes into the end zone. High, picked up by Crockett. Oh, nice move to get out of the end zone. Cuts inside and is tackled from behind at about the 12-yard line, where the Wiseguys take over their first possession of the game.
Almost disastrous. What a bounce in the end zone from that ball. Stayed in. I thought that ball was out. Picked it up, had to make a dance move just to get out of his end zone. On that one, Crockett able to get a good return from a really bad hand of the cards there on that one.
So we're going to see the quarterback Ambrose, and we'll see who's in the backfield with him. They're going to put back Troy Evans alongside the quarterback Jordan Ambrose, 6'2", 228-pound quarterback. He's going to pass on first down. It is caught at the 15-yard line and dropped at about the 17. Caught on the play by Terrell Brown. Terrell Brown, 5'8", 175 from Frostburg College. Be second down and short for the Wiseguys. Keep an eye on Ambrose. He's a multi-dimensional type quarterback. He takes the snap. He's going to give it to the running back who gets the first down and is finally spun down. Troy Evans, 5'9", 190-pound running back from Marshall University. Averaged over 160 yards in all-purpose yardage at Marshall University. First and 10 here for the Wiseguys. Ball right at about midfield. Again, 50-yard fields here in the Arena League. Turf, they've got the padded walls. Ambrose skips up looking. He throws to his left. It is caught, banged into the wall over there. After the catch, Lou Dorsey, 6'6", tight end from Illinois. He'll pick up about 6 yards for a 2nd and 4 here for Hot Springs.
And I love the way Hot Springs is coming out, spreading the line and the formation across the field, giving a lot of space for Ambrose to move his feet and improvise, especially in a league like this. Got to be able to make those quick decisions, especially when you start to move around.
Ambrose sticks it in the gut of Evans. Evans trying to get outside to the left. He is tackled from behind. Good tackle that time by Lacavius Daniel. Daniel making the stop there. No gain. Maybe a half yard. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 3 now for the Wiseguys. Their first possession of the game. See the replay there. The foot tackle. 3rd and short.
You got Aaron Dilworth on our left side, your close side of the screen, with a little bit of a running start here off the line, lined up by where Ambrose is.
Ball snapped just in time as the play clock was winding down. Here's Ambrose, gets the first down. Did he get out of the running lane? They said he did. Picks up just enough for the first down before he is knocked into the wall.
Great play right there. Head up, always looking downfield, aware of his location on the field, just able to stay in. And the moment he crosses the line, the wherewithal to immediately cut outside. Great play right there from Ambrose, a man who knows what he's doing and one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in this league, showing it off.
Yep, averaging 183 yards per game, passing and running. Here's a ball that's just thrown away. And Ambrose, a slow snap. He did all he could do to get rid of that as he was being pressured by L. Tyser. Big L, one of the top sack artists in the league. He's going to check out now on this 2nd and 10 for the Wiseguys. Somebody got a souvenir.
You're saying L. Tyser, he does lead the team in sacks with 2 on the year. But yeah, not a lot Ambrose could have done on that one. Bad snap, it's bound to happen.
10:40 to play here in the opening quarter. Evans in motion. Cuts up the field. Here's Ambrose cutting in. He's got some running room up the middle. Gets outside and in for the score. From 13 yards out, Ambrose able to score. for the Wiseguys here to make it 6-0.
And this is one thing the Lunkers are going to have to do all the time. They have to contain him in the pocket, only sending 2, able to find a hole and just make a couple dance moves along the right side of the field, able to put one in for 6. Great first drive from Hot Springs, setting the tone early on the road. This is exactly how you need the drive to go. Waste some time, end with points on the board.
They're going to go for 2 here. Ball at the 10, so they're going to go for 2. If it's at the 5, it would be a 1-point after attempt. Motion man, that's Evans. Ambrose being rushed, and he is sacked on the play. Getting in there quickly for the Lunkers, Craig Travis, former Missouri Valley player and now a high school assistant coach from North Kansas City with the sack on the point after attempt. 6-0 Wiseguys.
And that's one thing I think the Lunkers are going to have to do in this game. Ambrose, how mobile he is, you got to throw weird blitzes at him from different angles. If you're able to grit pressure to get him to move across the field, that's going to give you the best opportunity to get him to get out of the pocket and then able to make some damage in the backfield. You have to be able to get to him quickly. Can't give him a lot of time to sit in the pocket and throw. We know he can use his legs, but you'd much rather him be running than throwing the ball. As we can see, he can do some damage through the air.
Jackson will drop back deep for the Lunkers. And to throw it off for Hot Springs is Crockett. So Crockett receives, and he's the throw-off man. 6-0 Wiseguys. Crockett ready to go. Gets his arm into it. Hits the roof. It bounces into the end zone. Oh, tough play. Jackson is going to be hauled in for the safety. Could not get out of the end zone. The ball off the roof. Bounces inside the 10. We'll see what they say here.
I don't think they called it a safety. I think because it hit the roof,
I think
the
you're
refs
right.
are going to not call this a safety. Ball's at the 25.
That's what I thought.
Because if that ball doesn't hit the roof, that ball probably sails out of the back of the end zone and into a box. That was an absolute rocket from Crockett. So I believe, yep, okay. So if it hits the roof, it's an immediate place at the 25-yard line.
Midfield, and we'll see Mike Terrace, the quarterback, 6'2", 190-pounder. Lunkers will start off in tight rush behind the quarterback Terrace. Mackey is on the line of scrimmage. You think that'll stay that way? Nope, there's rush in motion. Terrace looking downfield. He's going to throw wide open. Mackey's got some room up the middle to the 10. Still on his feet to the 5, and he's down there. How about a 20-yard reception for Mackey on the first play offensively for the Lunkers?
And I love how they did that there. Simple. Had him on the line. The moment his guy got past him, just pulls off from the line, leaves him wide open. The go route pulls the coverage out. Beautifully set up play for almost 20 yards. First and goal, Lunkers.
Rush, Mackey in the backfield with Terrace. In tight, motion man. This is Rush. Rush is just a decoy. Mackey is bulled out of bounds. A loss of probably a yard or 2 on the play. It'll be second and goal for the Lunkers. A slow developing play there for Ozarks. We'll see it here. And going to the left.
Great contain from the defensive backs for Hot Springs. Stayed in their spots, didn't let them get beat on the outside corner. Lost the yard, textbook defensive play right there.
Crockett with the hit for the Wiseguys. Second and goal. Terrace rolling to his right. Throws it into the end zone. Ball tipped. And it'll go out of play. Pass intended there. Let's see who that was for. Looks like Greer was the intended receiver. But covered well by the Wiseguys. And that brings up I believe, third and goal.
You'd be correct on that one. Great stand right now from Hot Springs. Got to do it 2 more times.
Terrace, Mackey in the backfield. Rush going to go in motion forward. Here's a snap. Terrace rolls to his left, looking into the end zone. Man open, but he throws it behind. Rush, incomplete, will bring up a 4th down.
Play was there, just an errant pass on that one. Had it, no territory to surrender now, already down 6.
Tough pass because Terrace was rolling to his left, had to throw
cross-body
behind him. So 4th and goal. Football at about the 7.
Rush going to get a running start on this one back at the 15.
Terrace, quick play, throws it, nearly picked off, and it'll be a change of possession here. Lunkers, big first play on the drive, but they couldn't capitalize. And now the Wiseguys take over with 7:28 to play in the opening quarter.
Huge opportunity now for the Wiseguys on the road. Couldn't beat this team last week. You got to find a way to put points on the board quick, set the tone. Did it on the first drive. Now your defense does the job. Got to come out and be able to convert on this drive. Got a long way to go, but if they can get some time off the clock, they can really do some damage here.
Ambrose will set up near the end zone. He's at about the 1-yard line. Evans in the backfield with him. Motion now. 2 players in motion. Ambrose steps up. He's not going to go. He throws it in front of him. Ball caught all the way to about midfield. The receiver that time for Hot Springs is Darren Labette. Labette, 5'10", 185-pounder from Millsaps College.
I think a foot crossed the line. I think that ball's going back. It looked like it from my view. He just barely went over the line of scrimmage outside the hash mark. We'll see what the refs go with here, but it did look like he crossed the line, and if he did, it wasn't by a lot. He's going back for the flag. He's probably waving it.
No flag.
Yep.
So they looked at it and said, nope, he almost did. The shadow when he was running forward, and then he went back and completed the pass. So 1st and 10 for the Wiseguys. Ambrose and Evans in the backfield, shotgun formation. He's going to talk to Evans here.
You got 2 seconds.
Looking downfield, ball caught and dropped. Caught and dropped. Dilworth through his fingertips. He was wide open, nobody around him, and lost it. I think he took his eye off the ball to see who was around him defensively.
His feet moved before his hands had the ball. That's the number one reason you're going to drop a pass. Has it open right here. Gets too worried about moving before he has the ball secured. That's one you're going to hang your head over when you go back and watch the film.
2nd and 10 for the Wiseguys. Evans in motion. Oh, he went way over the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped. And I think the time ran out. I mean, how many penalties can you have on one pre-play? The clock and the motion. Delay a game.
How many? I think if you got an encroachment in there, you could get to 3. I'm sorry, offsides.
So it drops him back 5. And they'll repeat 2nd down, 2nd and 15 now. Ambrose in shotgun, snap back, rolls to his left. There's Tyser, has the foot. He pitches in front of him. He's got a man. It's caught. Helmet comes off and rustled to the ground on the play. Very aggressive tackle there by the Lunkers. Ball was caught by Lou Dorsey, but how about that by Ambrose? That second effort, he's in grasp and able to still make the pass as he was going down to Dorsey, who picks up maybe a yard or 2.
He may have gotten a yard. Didn't get a lot of effort for only a yard on that one. But again, great job by Ambrose, staying up, extending the play right there, as Tyser had him almost completely on the ground when he got that pitch off.
Helmet flew off, so he checks out of the game here. 3rd, and we will call it 15 for the Wiseguys. This drive not as easy as the first drive for Hot Springs. Motion man vertical. Ball is tipped or low on the snap. Ball caught. Receiver on the right flat. Cross midfield to the 22-yard line. So a gain of right about 11 yards. Brings up 4th down now. 4th, and it looks like about 6 for the Wiseguys here. See the replay. Ambrose makes something happen there. Snap back. Ambrose looks right, throws right, and it's picked off. Picked off by the Lunkers. Stepping in front of that was Jackson with the pick right down the left sideline, and Lunkers get the ball back in midfield.
Ja'Kalen Jackson, the leader in interceptions on this team, now with 3 on the year. Was coming into this one leading the team with 2, but picks up his 3rd, and that puts him actually tied for 2nd in the league with 3 now. Great play right there on the pressure from the Lunkers. The extra pressure sent off. Sent 4 on that one. Ambrose panics, has to get rid of it. Doesn't see the defender right on him. Textbook defensive play. And now the Lunkers offense gets bailed out after a missed drive last time, trying to tie the game here.
Greer and Rush wide to the right. Rush in motion. Snap back to Terrace. He throws it downfield. Wide open in the end zone. Caught. Matt Rush with the touchdown on a perfect pass from Mike Terrace, and we are tied at 6.
That's how you answer. What a play right there. What a beautiful throw from Mike Terrace in the bucket, right on the corner of the end zone along the wall. Not an easy throw to make, nor an easy catch, but made it as easy as he could for Matt Rush. And that's how you answer after an interception. 2 plays. Lunkers get the ball back and back tied in this one.
Going for 2. Terrace in the backfield. Gets the play. Motion man rush. Going forward. Terrace, lots of time. Lots of time. Rolls to his right. Middle of the field wide open. He's going to fire it into the middle of the end zone. And I think Shaq may have been able to pick that one had he had his hops, his 23-year-old self hops, but way too tall for a Lunkers receiver.
And right there, a flag on the play anyways. Don't think it would have counted either. But right here, you see it right here. Mackey's been coming out of those after blocks. And right there, number 12, Raphael Carter, picked it up over the first drive. This time he's been going out with it.
He was over the line of scrimmage is what it was. I think he threw it at about the 5. Only 5 yards over the line of scrimmage. So 6-6 our score. 3:36 to play here in the first quarter. And the Wiseguys will get it back here.
And again, you wonder with Mackey now getting covered off these blocks on these plays, that can open up the running room for Mike Terrace. Or if they're just going to have Mackey start lining up in the backfield again, we don't know. Very interesting to see as now we got a tie ball game.
Bones Bagante is the head coach of the Hot Springs Wiseguys. And, of course, Cam Bruffett, head coach of the Ozarks Lunkers. Bruffett in his 2nd year. Bagante in his 1st year. This is a first-year program from Hot Springs.
The team was announced on April 26th of 2024. They were the 5th team, with the first of 2 to come in along with the Eau Claire Axemen. Those were the 2 expansion teams coming into this 2nd season of the Arena League.
Chapman deep for the Wiseguys. Butters will throw it away. He goes to the right, and that's going to go out of play. Not what Tom Butters wanted right there. Flag thrown, and now the Wiseguys will get good field position here at midfield for this possession. 6-6 our score. 3:29 to play in the opening quarter. Game and week 5 of the Arena League season. Both teams come in at 2-2. Lunkers have 3 straight home games. Meanwhile, Hot Springs is off next week. They've got an off week. Then they're at St. Joe following that.
And for the Lunkers, your last 3 games will come against number 1 and number 2. It's Duluth twice and the Iowa Woo at home. So a rough schedule to finish the year for the Lunkers.
Ambrose, Evans, but a flag thrown, and We've got movement against the Wiseguys. Penalties have been costly for Hot Springs here in the first quarter.
Especially then it opens up the door for the Lunkers to be able to send a little bit more pressure, which last time the reason a pick got thrown. Got to limit your penalties here, especially with the Lunkers starting to send extra pressure.
Drops the Wiseguys back 5 yards. They have it at their own 20. 1st and 15, one back set. Ambrose, the quarterback, in shotgun formation. Again, movement against the Wiseguys. Let's see what they say on this. Officials huddle up. The call made. And again, false start against the offense. Another 5-yard gone the wrong way here, Ryan.
Taking the great field position.
Staff wearing the new Ozarks Lunkers caps that are available here tonight. 1st and 20. Snap. Ambrose rolling, dancing, fires to a wide open receiver. That's Evans, who's knocked into the wall at about the 23. And that'll be a gain of maybe 9 on that first down play after 2 penalties. So it's now 2nd and 11. Here's a snap. The quarterback going to take it himself up the middle, and this is going to be tough. He is a bull to bring down across midfield to the 17-yard line. He carries guys with him. That's a gain of about 9 on that carry by the quarterback. And again, through the running lane, you got to go up the hash marks up the middle.
Great play from the offensive line. Got stopped right about 2 yards up outside the line of scrimmage. Shoved them the extra 5. Great job from the offensive lineman making this a 3rd and short.
Ambrose directs traffic. Evans in motion. He runs over the line of scrimmage. And again, movement against Ambrose trying to get his lone setback to move. He keeps signaling go, go, go. He finally does, and then the snap's not there in time. And they've got a penalty against the Wiseguys again.
And the man out of the backfield's the 5'9 receiver, Troy Evans. The one getting motion out of the backfield. And what they've been doing a lot has been using that motion man as really much of a decoy. As you've seen on a couple plays on this drive, the Lunkers don't even go to him until he's about 5-10 yards up the field, because they've been using him to draw and open up the middle of the field for a quick curl route or even a running lane for Ambrose. Normally if they do, it's a safety. Yep, that picks up on him.
Ambrose cuts forward, throws it in front, got a man, 1st down, and finally into the wall he goes. The receiver that time is Terrell Brown. Picks up the 1st down. I see no hankies on the field, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Wiseguys. There's the replay. And again, just a flip. It wasn't really a pass. He just kind of threw it forward. Kind of a chest pass by the quarterback, referring to basketball play there. Ambrose with the snap again. Ball nearly intercepted by the Lunkers again, diving in front. We had a pair of 11s. Daniel diving in front of his counterpart Brown to nearly pick that pass off.
I do want to go back and talk about from that last play the way the Hot Springs Wiseguys have been playing. They've been going a bunch to the underneath routes, using that motion man and their outside receivers as decoys to pull up and open the underneath part of the field. And it's been great in the midfield to get them in the spots right here. But without that kind of field to work with, the Wiseguys have had some struggles.
2nd and goal. Ambrose dancing around in the backfield, rolls to his right, looking, now goes left, being chased, bumps into his own man, and finally sacked in the backfield by the Lunkers. That is Craig Travis following Ambrose around and finally pulled him down, but we have a couple of flags in the backfield now.
I think it might have been holding, would be my guess on that one.
It was in that area, wasn't it?
Yep, right on the line, middle of the field. Normally on plays like that, a lot of movement, line shifts a lot, you're going to get a hold.
Meanwhile, 14 seconds to play in a quarter, and we're tied 6-6. See if they start the clock right away.
I don't think it will start till the whistle, but now you got 2nd and goal up to the 17. So a little bit more field to work with, which, again, as I was saying earlier, the Wiseguys have done a lot better with more field to operate with. The closer they get to the goal line, the harder it's been for them to implement this spread style of football that they have been playing.
Hey, despite being held, Travis did a good job in there. Here's Ambrose throwing it deep into the end zone, and the ball is tipped out. Very athletic play there by Jadarius Bird, jumping up to tip that pass away from 6'3" Aaron Dilworth right at the wall in the end zone.
I mean, that's a play right there where that's up, enter the end zone. You got to jump way up. You make that catch right there. You're in a highlight reel. Not an easy one to make.
All right, we need to take a break. Second quarter is coming up. We'll be back after the break. To the quarterback, Ambrose. Here's a snap. The fake handoff. Ambrose takes off up the middle. Got some room. He's going to dive forward. Is he in? They're going to say he is. Touchdown, Jordan Ambrose.
That's his second touchdown on the run from over 10 yards out. You can't miss tackles if you're the Lunkers right there. The moment you miss, the way the Hot Springs Wiseguys are playing, when they have this much space to operate, send everyone down the field, opens the middle up, got to come back up to meet them. And Jordan Ambrose is going to lower the shoulder and fight for the end zone, and there he did there. See, middle of the field wide open, closest guy at the 7-yard line.
They're going to go for two again. Talking about the Wiseguys, they're up 12-6, just starting the second quarter of this one.
I expect some pressure here this close.
Snap back, Ambrose being rushed, rolls outside, throws it deep into the end zone, and it's overthrown. Jump ball, the back middle of the end zone, incomplete. But the Wiseguys take a 12-6 lead over the Lunkers, and they will change out offense, defense. But there's Ambrose throwing it up in the air. He's got the 6'3" receiver Chapman, or actually Dilworth, in the back of the end zone that he just could not make connections with.
And even with all the bodies in the way, Dilworth was still able to get a hand on it, trying to pull that one in along the barricade. Couldn't hold on to it. Falls out of bounds. Back and forth a little bit, both sides of the offense and the defense for both teams having some bright spots. So we come to this one again. Now we'll hit second quarter. Lunkers will get the ball to start the half. We got a little bit more time before that becomes a real factor in this one.
Crockett with the throw off. Downfield, Jackson awaits. Here's the throw, and that's going to go into the crowd. And there's another hanky. And the Lunkers will get it at midfield. Again, I don't think that's exactly what Crockett wanted, but they were trying to angle it away from the middle of the field, which is smart, but twice now, one for each team. Butters for the Lunkers throws it into the crowd, and now Crockett does for the Wiseguys, and that gives the Lunkers great field position in midfield.
And a field like this small, I mean, you're going to find more holes, especially on the return for explosive returns. So I understand the approach to throw it to the side of the field, but when you take that risk or that gamble, here you are now at midfield, defense already in a hole.
Wildcat formation here with Matt Rush at quarterback. Motion man coming forward for the Lunkers. Rush going to take it up the middle. Sees a seam on his feet. He runs into three white jerseys, but he's got the Lunkers first down. Look at this, still going. Across the 5 and down to the 1. How about that? Matt Rush.
Oh,
they never blew it dead as far as I know.
This one on the ground, them fighting for the ball. Rush still holding onto the ball, but what a play.
Was that a goal line play? Did we see the Philadelphia Eagles running a play from the midfield? How about that?
A little bit of a brotherly shove from midfield. Just started, flag.
There's a flag.
Unsportsmanlike?
I believe so after the flag.
On the head coach. Wow.
Again, I could see where the argument Soda, he was a championship wrestler in college. This is his first game with the Lunkers. The give is to Mackey. Boy, the Wiseguys read that one perfectly. They knew exactly where that was going. And a loss of a couple on the play. to Brandon Mackey.
And Mackey not having a great time on the ground so far. Most of his yards been coming through the air. On that one, great job by the defensive line. And honestly, on that type of play, you need to be running a read option like to be able to get out and be able to make a play in case everything collapses.
Again, in tight, motion man to the left. Here's a snap back to Rush. Rush wants to throw. He's got a man open in the end zone. Caught! Touchdown by the Lunkers. Tom Butters, 6'5", 245, leaping up to make the catch. And the Lunkers tie this one up at 12 here in the second quarter. Matt Rush, this season, how about this? As a quarterback, and again, he's that Wildcat guy, but he came in 19 for 32, 59%. He had 5 TDs, no picks as the quarterback. And he throws his 6th touchdown pass of the season. Lunkers going to go for 1 here. Snap back to Rush. Rush going to throw it up again. And that one is overthrown. Intended once again for Butters. And we're going to have a 12-12 tie as the Wiseguys will get the ball back here in the second quarter. Much like last week, man, it was back and forth between the Wiseguys and the Lunkers. Only it was in Hot Springs last week, and the Lunkers won it 45-41.
And another back-to-back like game in the tackle box, as the last one was against St. Joseph to open the year, and that one ended on a last-second play. Ended up going in favor for the Lunkers. So this home crowd used to some nail-biters, and we're already on the beginnings of one here at the tackle box at Wilson Logistics Arena.
Well, how about this? Offensively this season, Hot Springs averaging 37 points a game. Ozarks averaging 46.25 a game. Defensively, the Wiseguys giving up 36 points, while the Lunkers giving up 50 points a game. There's a throw off down the field. Is it going to make it? Yes, it does. Picked up at the goal line by the Wiseguys. This is Chapman. Chapman is hit and knocked back. He gets it to about the 8-yard line, and then he's hit back, and we may have a Lunker down. Getting up very slowly is Daniel, but he does get up. That's the key. So the Wiseguys get it here.
Can't really top in there. Just got maybe hit a little weird. Wrong ribs. Not really too sure. Not in there. Glad to see him up though and moving. One of the key pieces for this defensive unit.
Ambrose and Evans in the backfield. Here's the give. No, the fake. Pass downfield. Oh, beautiful. Caught by Terrell Brown. And he spins to midfield where he's taken down. First down reception for Brown.
And that's a perfect ball. There's not a lot you can do about that one. Put it in the perfect position. You'll see it here on the replay real quickly. A hand almost gets up on it. Great job, though, to find the right spot.
Ball just shy of midfield. Here's Ambrose. Fake the handoff. He throws it downfield, and the ball is overthrown. Ambrose is wrestled to the ground. Tried to throw it up in the air that time, and it is incomplete, but a flag thrown in the backfield.
Real dangerous to just chuck it up in the air like that. As if Brock Carter had his head up, that ball's probably picked, going straight for the man to try and break up a pass he thought was going to him, just oversailed the intended target a little bit. Got to be careful.
Holding call against Troy Evans. He was trying to help out Ambrose in the backfield, but got caught. That'll bring the Wiseguys back 5 yards, and they'll have a long way to go. They got 20 yards to get the first down. Evans lines up on the left side now. Ambrose takes a snap, throws it downfield. He's got a man, deep, caught, and falling back into the end zone for the touchdown is Dilworth. Dilworth was in motion. So that ball from the 10 or the 15-yard line And a beautifully thrown ball by Ambrose to give the Wiseguys the lead. Dilworth falls backwards into the end zone for the score. And again, Hot Springs going to go for 2.
And that's the first one through the air for Hot Springs. The other 2 coming from Ambrose from the ground. So Ambrose had a hand in all 3 of the scores for the Wiseguys.
Going to go for 2 here. Rolls to his right. He throws it up and a little bit too tall again for the 2-point conversion. Incomplete, but the Wiseguys with their 3rd score. They lead it 18-12 here at the tackle box. Springfield, Missouri. Lunkers will get it back. 10-10 to play in the first half.
Will be interesting to see how the Lunkers come out and to attack this one again. Normally, as we've seen, this team has used the ground a lot. Mackey's been a key part. Been a little quiet tonight. We'll see how they keep going with this one here. However, Mike Taurus has made the right plays when he's needed to, putting both scores on the board through the air for the Lunkers. One to Matt Rush, the other to Todd Butters. So we'll see how the Lunkers go with this one, but I'd like to see maybe get some ground game going on this next drive. Get a little bit of time off the clock, have a long, sustained drive on this one.
Crockett ready for the throw-off for Hot Springs in. Here it is. He throws it high. Ball's going to be caught by Jackson in the end zone. He runs it out, gets it across the 5 to the 7-yard line, and there's big mess of humanity on the field there right next to the wall. Lunkers take over here. Catches it right there.
And that's how
about a yard into the end zone.
And that's how you got to attack these returns. Throw it in the corner, right in front of the end zone so you can't get a touchback, and force the return man to make a decision. Contain him to the wall. Limits the damage. Textbook on how you need to attack these throw-offs from Hot Springs. Great special teams work.
Terrace back in at quarterback. He's got a man behind him. I would assume it's blocked. It is Mackey. He bumps into Mackey, and the throw is low and intended on the play for Kendrick Payne. Payne, his name we haven't mentioned yet, is the Lunkers' leading receiver. 13 catches, 179 yards coming into this one, but that one a little bit low.
Yep, has yet to have a reception in this one. Hasn't been able to find anything. Hoping to get him more involved too. The 2 big names of this offense not able to get going so far despite them only being down 1 score.
Here's the handoff to Mackey. Mackey, a little running room to the right side. We'll move it up to about the 10, and then he's pushed back there. So a little slow going for Brandon Mackey, who came in averaging over 100 yards a game.
Still got a lot of football left to play, but interesting territory now for the Lunkers. Down 6, got to convert on this 3rd down. Not really in any position where to keep going for the football if you don't want to give Hot Springs good field position.
Terrace going to throw it up in the air, and it's picked off by the Wiseguys right at the wall. Interception there by Chapman. Chapman playing safety comes over on that ball that was lofted by Terrace, and pretty easy pick there by Chapman. And they'll get it back, leading 18-12 over the Lunkers in pretty good field position right at about midfield.
And what a stand right there from the Wiseguys. Started with the special teams play, gave them not a lot of field to operate out of, got pressure consistently, and then forced Terrace to make a bad decision with the football. That's great defensive work from Wiseguys. Up 6, trying to make this a 2-score game. Great job from Hot Springs.
Well, and the Wiseguys have shut down Mackey so far, but Ambrose has had his way. Here's a give to Evans. Evans trying to get outside to the left. He is tripped up on the play by Daniel. Pick up a few yards there. Ambrose has had his way offensively, waiting for Mackey to respond for the Lunkers. But a chance here for the Wiseguys to go up 2 scores. Ambrose all by himself in the backfield. Spreads them out offensively. Motion man. Low snap picked up by Ambrose. Nobody really rushing. He's going to run it up the middle. Gets outside after he gets across the line of scrimmage and is finally down.
2 helmets fly on that one.
Down at about the 15-yard line. Gain of about 6 by Ambrose.
And because with the rushing lanes being in the hash marks, you're better off going straight up the middle, trying to get a rush attack. Going from the outside opens the one place the quarterback's allowed to move from. So I'm saying with this spread, I get why you're going from the outside, but it's great gameplay design to open the middle.
Ambrose again up the middle, spots a hole, and he's going to burst through it. He was hit initially, but scores from about 18, 16 yards out. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and for the season, Ambrose has scored 8 TDs.
Again, what a great setup from that. Notice the Lunkers spread with the formation they're running. The defensive line spread out. And the middle opens up, just attacking right where they need to go. Great play design right there from Hot Springs.
They're going to go for 2 again. Ambrose takes a snap. He's the only one in the backfield. Cuts outside, now back in, throws it up in the air, and the ball's going to be tipped away by the Lunkers. Good D there by Jackson. 24-12, Wiseguys. Ambrose putting on a show in Springfield here. 3 rushing touchdowns and 1 passing TD by the 6'2", 228-pound quarterback from Defiance College, where, listen to this, his senior year he threw for 1,842 yards and 17 TDs, but it's been his running abilities in this one that have paid some dividends for the Hot Springs Wiseguys.
And I got him on the stat sheet up here, at least from what I'm going on. 188 yards of total offense, 115 coming through the air, 73 coming on the ground. As you said, perfectly putting on a show. Jordan Ambrose here in this one. Wiseguys trying to pull away with this one. Important drive here for the Lunkers to try and get this back within 1 score.
Crockett set for the throw off, and he throws it off the roof again. That may not come down. It was on top of the air component up there.
See a little bit of dust falling from the sky now on that one. It's almost like playing anything in the school gymnasium, dodgeball, kickball, or something gets caught in the rafters. All of a sudden you come back 2 years later and the ball's still sitting there.
Well, even with the Lunkers starting in midfield, it hadn't helped them a lot in this game.
No, especially in this quarter. The Wiseguys done a great job minimizing the impact of this offense. The stars of this team for the Lunkers not been able to get a lot going, and it's been going great here. So they line up 6 guys on the line here.
Terrace takes a snap for the Lunkers. He's going to throw it downfield. Man open. It is caught. Weaving in and out is Kendrick Payne. He gets the first down before he is sent to the turf. But a couple of nice moves by Kendrick Payne on the left side of the field.
And Payne finally getting involved here. Made a great move. You'll see here on the replay. Finds open space. Here he is. Makes a man miss. Sends him into the barricade on the right of us.
Give to Mackey going left. On his feet into the end zone for the score. Well, Mackey from 12 yards. The Lunkers get on the board quickly here in this second quarter. And it's now 24-18. Wiseguys on top. Mackey finally gets his name on the scoreboard.
The Lunkers must have heard me, because the moment I said the stars of this team haven't been able to do much, the leader in receiving yards sets up the play for the leading rusher to put one into the end zone. 2 plays, scoring quick. Kind of been something we've been noticing from the Lunkers. They've been scoring quick.
Look at this. 4 wide receivers on the right side for the Lunkers. Nope, now they're going to switch over. 2 on the left. Terrace takes a snap. Middle of the field. Oh, wide open is Butters. Coming in late with the deflection is Crockett. Butters was wide open. Had that ball had a little more oomph on it, would have been a 2-point conversion. Instead, Crockett able to respond and knock it away from Butters in the end zone.
Only sent 1 guy on that conversion, but yet the whole middle of the field was open. Great recovery right there from Crockett to get back. Nothing fancy. Hands up high right at the ball, knocks it free. Great defensive play on that one, jarring the ball loose. And that was almost disastrous, dropping everyone back, leaving that middle part of the field open. But now still a 6-point game.
Can we go a whole game without an extra point at all?
We're almost halfway there right now.
Neither team can convert a extra point or 2-point conversion in this game. Hey, the over-under on how many pictures Tim Brown will be in tonight at this Lunkers. How many people are here? 1,000? I guess the over-under would be what, 1,000? A couple thousand? 1,500? Pass downfield, caught by the Wiseguys, trying to make his move outside on the play.
And right there is why you got to force him to the wall. You give him the middle of the field, one hole breaks out, and then he has the entire right side of the field to work with on this shorter field, able to cut loose up towards midfield right there. And on back-to-back drives, in 2 of the last 3 drives, the special teams unit for Hot Springs able to do their job, and that's setting up the drives.
1st and 10. Dilworth in motion vertically. Goes forward on the left side. They're going to throw, and it's caught right at the wall. Catch made by Lou Dorsey again. Lou Dorsey, an all Big Ten freshman out of Illinois back in the day. Gain of right at about 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 here for the Wiseguys. Clock ticking here, 4.5 minutes to play in the first half. Ambrose rolling to his right. He throws the other way. Ball caught and dragged down at the 15-yard line. So what you got to do in this game, the short passing attack has got to be effective. The quarterback's got his head on a swivel all the time.
And right now the Lunkers trying to send pressure, just not getting there in time. Stutter stepping when you get by him to make sure his legs don't move. He gets out, but it gives enough time for someone to get open.
Here's the give to Evans outside to the left. And Evans, somebody had his hands on him, on his shirt. Anyway, Craig Travis able to get his hands on Evans' shirt and slow him down so somebody else can come in and make the hit. Gain of a couple on the play.
Pulled him down by the jersey, but hey, whoever gets him down, that's how you do it. Great job right there, neutralizing the outside run.
Flag on the play as the coach talked to one of his players on the field. See if that was a warning or a penalty. And the head coach, Bones Bagate, talked with the quarterback. I guess they changed the play, and that's something you can't do in this league. No huddling up. I don't know if that's considered huddle up or the contact, the communication was illegal, but the fact that he went over and talked to him within feet of each other.
I think once the ball's set and you line up in formation like you see here, you're not allowed to go back and talk to your coach.
Ambrose, lone setback right now, takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield. He's going to throw behind him. It is caught. Caught on a play by Dorsey. Dorsey inside the 5, and he is tackled there just enough for a first down. There again, Ambrose making something happen offensively, scrambling and then throwing lateral. Could have been behind him, I'm not sure, but gets it to Dorsey, who able to get it across the 5. And it'll be 1st and goal here for the Wiseguys as they threaten again. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Again, Make-A-Wish presentation and ceremony coming up at halftime. Ball is tipped. Is it caught? What are they going to say? They're going to have to talk it over. Ball was tipped, and they're going to say touchdown.
Wow.
Touchdown on the deflection, and they may have to look at this one.
Yep, they definitely.
Rose has his team ready at the 5. Motion man, right side, flag. I think he was over a little bit early. They're going to throw it up in the air. It is caught for a touchdown. jumping up was Dilworth, one-handed touchdown, but a flag, and I think that may have been the quarterback going over the line of scrimmage. Yep.
And that one's going to hurt for Aaron Dilworth.
Oh, boy. See where the – look at that catch,
the ball.
Though. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, line of scrimmage on the 6, jumps over on the 5. Definitely a penalty. But nonetheless, what a snag from the 6'3", Aaron Dilworth. What a play. 2, 1 an incompletion, 1 a penalty. 2 tough breaks for Hot Springs, but
so we're going to look at this one too?
I think so. Let's go back to that replay we just showed if we have it. The marker looks to be from looking vertically. We're looking to the far end of the building. It looks to be around the 6-yard line. If we have that replay
if it was
again,
6.
If we have that replay again, I'd love to go back to it. But from what I saw, it did look like he crossed the line.
It's the white hat, Byron Pearson right now.
At the 6. It would have been at the crossover at the 9.
Yeah, so that's what they're looking at, his foot, because it looked like he definitely stepped on the 5. If the marker was at the 6, boy, the flag right there.
The flag came way early.
Yes.
So false. I don't know what they're looking at then.
So it had nothing to do with his.
It looked like they said it would be a false start. So we'll see what happened. I don't know who the original false start would have been on. So I guess they're checking to see if if whoever was actually jumped before the ball was snapped.
So you see him huddling up. 2:08, we're just about at the 2-minute warning, and we'll have a break coming up at that point.
Reviews and penalties have had this last 5 minutes of this quarter slow down a bit. However, if you're the Lunkers, this is an important drive. You're able to get a stop here. You have to work the whole field, but you do get the ball to start the second half. So this is a very important drive for this defense. Have to get a stop here. Give your boys on the offensive side of the ball a chance to try and tie this game with the ball at the half. But it also means that if you are able to score, you're able to come out and score the next one. You have a little bit of insurance to make sure this lead doesn't grow even more as what it is. The furthest lead has been 12. So again, it was thrown at the beginning of the play. Snap. You see the white cap looking towards, it looks like from that angle he's looking right down the middle, or if not to the left side of the field. I don't think from that angle I can tell what is really going on right here. So one runs across. I mean, from that there, I didn't see anything jump. We'll watch it again. Nope.
I'm just wondering how they can look at a penalty. I mean, it's a penalty, or they're not looking at that, right? I mean,
if it's that, they already pulled the ball back from what it would have been. So if it was throwing over the line of scrimmage, I don't really know what the flag at the beginning of the call was for. A lot going on here. I'm not really sure of all what they're talking about now. A lot of factors as the Sky Ref still deliberating. Only about maybe 20 feet to the left of where I sit. So the penalty will stand. Not really sure what for, but it does stand. So now Hot Springs goes back to the 9-yard line.
So they explain it to Bones. The white hat does. Talking it over at midfield.
2-minute warning, only 8 seconds away as well.
Clock rolling here. Here's the snap, and this will be Ambrose up the middle, trips forward inside the 5, down to about the 1, and that'll take us up to the 2-minute warning. At about the 2-yard line here, he's already accumulated over 200 yards of total offense unofficially in this first half. He gets a snap, rolls to his right, pitches, and it's intercepted by the Lunkers. Nobody in front of him, and it'll be a score for Ozarks. That is Ewing Jr. from 50 yards, make it 47 yards, and the Lunkers have tied it up here right before half.
The second interception for this defensive unit. Just a quick pitch, and great job recognizing the play there, catching up and immediately taking that one. The moment he catches that ball on a play like that, that's when you jump at the bits at as a defender. You know on a pitch like that, you get the ball, ain't nobody going to catch you, especially on a field as short as this. What a break for the Lunkers. Going from defending to hopefully not making a two-score game to tying it up in one play. What a defensive effort from the Lunkers to get this one back up.
Demisio Ewing Jr. with it was an option play by the Wiseguys that was just read beautifully by Ewing, and he rambles in from about 47 yards out. Here's a throw up and over the wall, incomplete, but a flag on the play, and it'll be a penalty against the Lunkers. So 24-24, we have yet to accomplish or complete an extra point in this first half. Each team has scored 4 times, and each team has failed on their extra point attempts. Throw off, dropping back deep is Chapman for the Wiseguys. He goes left this time. Caught at about the 1. Oh, a hand near the helmet, but down finally at the 12-yard line. Thought there may be a face mask attempt there, but no call by the officials. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wiseguys. They mark it at the 11 of Hot Springs.
And again, if you're Hot Springs coming out, you just got to shake that one off. You had a good drive offensively. You moved the ball upfield. Yeah, a little bit towards the end. Couldn't execute, and a mistake cost now a tie. But you've been moving up the field against this team. Don't let that one interception change it. Still move the ball like you have. There's been a couple of mistakes, yes, but you're still moving the ball the way you want it to. I don't think there needs to be any real change. Just come out in this last minute 39, get some points on the board.
Will this be the Jordan Ambrose drive here? He has the ball, going to go deep downfield into the end zone. Caught! Catch made in the end zone. Lunkers wanted a push-off.
And I think they're going to talk about this one. First of all, regardless, it's a beautiful throw by Ambrose down the field. 39 yards, and here it is again. Downfield. I mean, from that there, moving that fast, I don't think there's much of a push-off there. I mean, one thing I will say also is replay makes it a little harder to tell those types of things in live action and live time. But what a throw from Ambrose, and that's how you respond after a play like that. Bad mistake, one play, and you're right back where you were. Great response from Hot Springs.
Going to go for one here. Low snap, Ambrose dropping back, rolls to his right, cuts back in the middle, throws it, and we have an extra point. Finally, caught in the end zone for a 1-point extra. That is to Evans. Evans catches that one, and it's now 30. Make it 31-24. Should be 31-24.
If you're the Lunkers, you got minute 31, 91 seconds. In a league like this, that's still plenty of time. You got a lot of time left to work. Still moving. You still need to be hurrying up, moving the ball quickly, but this isn't pedal to the metal yet. You still got time to work. Still pick up the pace a little bit, but not really complete hurry up yet. Once you get down into 60 seconds is when it's complete hurry up. But you need to know what the first 2 or 3 plays you're going to run are, at least your first 2. Figure out how you're going to set up this drive. I'm sure that's what the offensive guys are talking about, how they want to come out and attack this. But you got to know how you're going to run this first play. Got to get some yards quickly, because the last thing you want is to lose yardage, especially in a moment like this.
Crockett with the throw off. Goes downfield, bounces at the 5. And the whistle blows.
Not really sure what for.
Everybody with their arms up.
A few big points he had is when he started. He starts on the line and then kind of comes out as a receiver, but they've been picking up on that well. Had a couple big receptions in the first, but not a lot since.
Ball picked up in the end zone again. and dropped there. So we'll see what they say. Jackson, that big bounce it takes at about the 5-yard line or so.
And the bounce has been really going in the way of the Wiseguys. Every time they throw it right there on the through the 4, it takes a huge bounce up. And that split 2 seconds just allows the special teams to get down there, leave no room to operate. Ball on the 5-yard line, 1:28. Lunkers got their backs against the wall for a drive they need to score.
Terrace back in. Motion man coming vertical for the Lunkers. Terrace going to throw short instead. Payne got some room on the right side. Now he's finally tackled at the 17-yard line. And that'll be a first down reception for the Lunkers.
And you run that risk every time you blitz. Flat on the outside, stays open. First down, gets out of bounds. Great play. Got to run another one, get some yardage on this one.
Terrace takes a snap. He gives the ball to Mackey, and boy, look at the gang tackling on Mackey here. Dropped behind the line of scrimmage again. They're keying on him in that backfield. He hadn't touched it much in this game. How many carries?
By my count, only 5, and he's only gotten 12 yards. And out of those, 3 of those have been for negative yardage. The 13-yard run he had earlier would being the one that's really helping out his stats right now.
Quick hitter on the outside to Payne. Not much going on there. It'll be a gain of about 5.
Left on the clock. Still 1 timeout for the Lunkers, 2 for the Wiseguys.
Snap back. Terrace steps up and is sacked in the backfield. Getting in there quickly was Primes. Primes with his throw off here for the Wiseguys. Gets his arm into it. Ball bounces. Still down and may have been recovered by the Wiseguys. I think they have recovered that ball. Took an odd bounce away from the return man, Jackson, and then recovered by the Wiseguys. And looks like they're going to take over inside the Lunkers 5, leading by a score of 31-24. Well, we welcome to the microphone now part of the Arena League official staff, Riley Underwood. You saw him at halftime. You saw him during the pregame show, along with the commish, Tim Brown. Riley, welcome to the mic.
I appreciate you. Thank you for.
There we go.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me up here. It's good to be in Springfield, Missouri for a Lunkers game.
This is your first and I guess last, your first trip to Springfield for a game, but your last venue you've been to in the Arena League, correct?
That's right. I mean, we're just checking them off, and boy, you almost see a beautiful catch by Aaron Dilworth. He's good at those one-handed grabs. But yeah, we're checking them all off the list, so this is our last one to check. I mean, you know what they say, save the best for last. I don't know about that. But yeah, it's good to see all the different venues, and they've got a good one here in Springfield.
After the fumble recovery by the Wiseguys, first pass by Ambrose, a little too tall that time for Dilworth. Second and goal here for the Wiseguys. A game just like last week in Hot Springs, back and forth. That one went as well. Ambrose has put on a show in this game, though, with nearly 250 yards of total offense. Here's the flip right side, trying to get in is Lou Dorsey, and he does slip through. It looks like they may be down. What are they going to say here? He's going to be down into the wall over there at about the 3-yard line.
Hot Springs has some big targets on the wide receiver spot. They got Aaron Dilworth. They got Lou Dorsey. Those are big guys to bring down.
Absolutely. And talking about a big guy to bring down, Ambrose, he is very tough. Even though they've got the new running lane in the league this year, he is still very tough to bring down.
He'll bulldoze right over you.
He will. So talk about we got a little time out here. Talk a little bit about the Arena League. Your first year with the league, or?
Yes, sir. First year with the league. It's been a good one, expansion, and I think they're trying to expand on the broadcast too. So, brought me in on that side, and get to travel to the game of the week, Arena Game Day game of the week each week. And so today we're in Springfield for the Lunkers game and the Wiseguys, a rematch from last week.
I was telling my broadcast partner, I've got a great view of you in the commish, and he signed 178, took 178 pictures in the first half. So.
You were keeping track.
Oh yeah, keeping track. We have an over/under on how many pictures he's going to take.
What's the over/under right now?
400.
400. All right.
Yeah,
well,
so.
He's got some ground to make up then.
Joking about that, but yeah, just accessible for the fans. Nice to have a guy like that, and of course you get to work with him every week.
Yeah, I mean, Tim's a stand-up guy, real down to earth. And, of course, he's knowledgeable about the game, having played it, being a Hall of Famer, Heisman Trophy winner. So it's good to be around that and have that kind of presence around the league. Really helps it out, brings legitimacy to the league, too.
Absolutely. Second and goal now for the Wiseguys. Ambrose, motion vertically by Evans. Ambrose rolls to his right, fires it into the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown from 3 yards out. Looks like Dilworth again in the end zone see if that was him or Chapman, but anyway, a 3-yard scoring strike. Terrell Brown with the reception there. Should have had the binoculars on the far side of the field, but a score nonetheless, and Ambrose just continues to put up numbers in this game. Passing, running. Oof. Unbelievable. They're going to go for one here. Ball marked at the 5-yard line. In tight. See what they do. Evans in the backfield. Ambrose looking away. He's picking up the ball at midfield. He's going to fire one over the wall and into the stands, and that's about all he could do as L. Tyser was running him down defensively there. So no extra point, but it's 37-24 now. Wiseguys on top of the Lunkers.
Now, something else I like about the league, when you get the ball thrown to you in the stands, you're going home with that ball. I mean, we've seen it when we were I remember in Hot Springs, we were there week 1 when they played Eau Claire. They had fans taking laps around the stadium after they caught a ball. I mean, they were just maybe even more excited than after a touchdown.
I know there's several Hot Springs fans here tonight. Came by bus, I believe, and others by car just to watch their Wiseguys play. That's a very entertaining first-year program in Hot Springs and a great market for you guys.
Definitely. I mean, getting to go down there, they got a good fan base early on. I mean, even their first game ever, they had a pretty impressive crowd. They're bought in down in Arkansas.
Crockett with a throw off inside the 5 and Russell down at that point. That's where the Lunkers will take over. Great special teams work by the Wiseguys defensively. That throw off can be very entertaining at times, both offensively and defensively. If you throw it right, you can stop the run back. But boy, if you get a couple moves and a couple of defensive issues, you can run it back, and that can break a game wide open as well.
Special teams are special. I mean, almost every game now, the past few weeks, seems like you're seeing something return for a touchdown, and I mean that's about as exciting as it gets.
Terrace back at quarterback. He's in the end zone, takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield. He'll throw it straight ahead, but throws it behind Greer, who is running a fly route down the right sideline. Incomplete. Will bring up a 2nd and 10 here for the Lunkers. So what do you think of this facility, the final one that you ventured to this year?
I mean, it's nice. It's big. It's brand new, which I like. I mean, I'm a fan of the – you got to keep it new. You got to respect the tradition, but, hey, if you're going to build a new stadium, might as well play in it.
Absolutely.
They call it the tackle box, that's what they say?
Tackle box, yep. Mackey gets the handoff here. They have had a good defensive scheme against Brandon Mackey in this game. Gets it over the 5 to about the 8-yard line where he stopped. Mackey's put up some very big numbers this year, but tonight the Wiseguys have done a good job on him.
Yeah, Bones Bagante and the Wiseguys, they game planned for Brandon Mackey, the running back, and that's been very evident in this game. Haven't let him do much.
Terrace takes a snap, looks right, fires right. It's the big tight end who is able to get through. Tom Butters with the catch, and he is hit into the wall on the right side. That wall is interesting, just like a hockey wall. It's got the padding there, but sometimes that doesn't figure in a lot. You can see some injuries there, not a lot, but it's certainly fun for the fans that are leaning over the wall. Get out of the way. Handoff to Mackey again going left, and he's going to be gang tackled right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Exciting for you to see some of the players coming in, the new players, checking out the background on some of those guys?
Definitely. I mean, we're talking about Brandon Mackey. Might as well stay on the subject. I mean, this guy is a rookie, played at the D2, Kentucky Wesleyan last year. He comes into the Arena League. This is his first professional football, and he's absolutely tearing it up. I mean, if the season ended today, this guy's the MVP.
The give going right side again. Not much going on with the Lunkers running game, and a flag thrown over there by the contact as well. That's Matt Rush. So we'll see what this is. We'll see the replay here. Rush is hauled. How about the play by Rush? I think about a 25-yard carry when we had guys look like a scrum in rugby, didn't it? And they just kept moving forward.
They almost got him in, too.
Yeah, they did. That was crazy. So they'll try and iron this one out. Well, what's the plans for the future in this league? Any expansion thoughts? Is that possible?
Yeah, we're thinking of it. We're in talks right now about expansion for next season, always trying to grow. I mean, obviously, first year, 4 teams. Every team made the playoffs. So you had the 1-7 Iowa Woo actually make the championship game, come to just a couple points short of winning the whole thing, which is pretty remarkable. But now you expand 2 more cities to sites like Hot Springs, Eau Claire, Wisconsin. So that brings it to 6. Now, maybe do we push it to 8, push it to 10, maybe even more? I mean, always trying to grow the league and a lot of interest.
Quick out, double pass, downfield, but it's incomplete by the Lunkers, intended for Greer on the double pass from Rush. Had Greer open, but he overthrew it just off the palm of his hand. Here's the pass. A good idea there, just execution not quite there. Flag on the play again. Yeah, you look at the teams. If you look at a map, I mean, it's right in the middle of the country, isn't it?
Yeah,
from
you're
Hot
up
Springs,
and down there, right?
Yeah, north-south. Just, I don't know where you'd go from there, but it's just a great-looking map, just right in the middle of the country. Fourth down here for the Lunkers. We'll see what they do here. Surrender is an option in this, and it looks like that's what they're going to do.
Sometimes that's the smart play. We saw it especially, I'd say, early on in the season, weeks 1, 2. We're going for it every time. 4th down, I mean, no one's surrendering. But now when that backfires on you a couple times, you give it to the other team. They only have 5 yards to go. You decide maybe surrendering might be the safer option. It's not the attractive option, but it's the smart one sometimes.
Riley Underwood is our guest. He's with the Arena League, and you see him on the pre-halftime and post-game show along with Tim Brown. Has that been fun for you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's great traveling around, getting to meet all the friendly faces at all the teams, getting to travel with Tim.
Ambrose gives it to Evans up the middle. He goes to the turf as he crosses the 15, down at about the 18.
The Lunkers have been nothing but friendly to us so far on our trip. It's been a good one. I mean, all the stops we've been to, no problems. Everyone very nice as can be, happy to have us, and so we're happy to be there.
2nd down, 7 here for the Wiseguys. Ambrose dropping back, pitching it out to the left. Caught banged into the wall over there on the left side. Reception made by Brown again, right at midfield. Just short of the first down marker. 50-yard fields, which makes it fun. It's a quick and high-scoring sport, which everybody likes. 7-on-7 this year as opposed to the 6-on-6 last year. Here's a handoff again to Evans. After Ambrose was going down, he goes into the wall as he gets it across midfield. Smart play by Ambrose. Looked like he was in the grasp, and then all of a sudden at the last moment able to hand it off. And then Evans makes that move on the outside. Carter was picked on the play.
He saw a few too many red jerseys right in front of him to keep going, just packed himself into the boards.
Snap back to Ambrose again, rolling to his right, up the middle. He's got that running room there, cuts outside, and is finally tripped up on the play by Daniel. Daniel with the tackle made, but a few more yards offensively for Ambrose. He'd be knocking at the door of a Arena League record for total offense here in this one. Big boy, tough to bring down.
Especially when you're running behind number 77, Kyle Lester.
Throws it into the end zone, wide open. Breakdown defensively by the Lunkers. Catch made, nobody around that time. Dilworth with the catch. And they'll fire that ball into the stands.
What was going on defense in that play?
Boy, somebody had a missed assignment for sure. Dilworth had a good game. 6'3", 190. Played his college ball at Texas A&M Kingsville. 17 TDs his final year there. Ambrose cuts up, sidesteps, throws it into the end zone high, and again trying to get the carom, but not able to bring it down. The extra point no good that time for the Wiseguys. We'll see the replay here. That jump ball, that's a big play in this league, isn't it?
Oh yeah, especially when you have the likes of Aaron Dilworth on your team for the Wiseguys. Yeah, that's exciting. We've seen players flipping over the wall, hanging on to it. You're not hanging on to the wall when big Brock Carter comes launching at you for the Lunkers.
So what's next for you? What you've been to all the arenas, all the facilities. What do you do now?
Well, from now on, we're just going to the game of the week. So wherever the standings and the schedule takes us, that's where we'll be going.
How many in the league office these days?
How many in the league office? I mean, we have our core. We got Mr. Tim Brown, the commissioner. We have Ronnie Davis, our deputy commissioner. Mike Cuban, our director of officials. Of course, our league owner, Jeff Holmes, as well.
Ball bounces up, picked up by the Lunkers. Trying to get some running room, but gets out and across the 10 to the 15-yard line. Something out of nothing that time for Ozarks. And a return. So they'll have it. It's trailing now 43-24. Last week it was 45-41. Lunkers beat the Wiseguys. A little different game this week. Isn't it funny how a couple adjustments here or there can make all the difference in the world?
Sure is. I mean, one thing that's been inconsistent for Ozark has been the quarterback. I mean, they kind of switch it up. You got Mike Terrace coming in last week, and then you have the familiar face and Matt Rush, who scrambles out.
Throws it deep downfield, a pass intended for leading receiver Kendrick Payne for the Lunkers, incomplete. Yeah, Rush has put up some pretty solid quarterback numbers. He's a guy that can do a little bit of everything. The first week he was playing nothing but defense. And he's been switching off at quarterback and wide receiver. He runs with the football. He's just one of those talents, and guy that has been around a little bit too.
Local guy, hometown.
He is indeed. Played about 2 blocks away from here as high school ball. You can see him scrambling here, and he is caught from behind. Great defensive effort there by Taylor Hunt from Mo Valley College in Marshall, Missouri. Haven't mentioned his name yet, but kind of a local guy, local college anyway, Marshall, Missouri. Making a big stop there. Fun doing the pregame, halftime, and postgame shows?
Oh, yeah. Always a good time. Get to talk to the coaches, get to know the players a lot.
Pass downfield as Rush was going down, tripped up, and an incomplete pass was intended for Greer.
You get to see a lot of things when you go to all these different arenas. Something I think the Lunkers might do best. I think the mascot and the logo. I mean, you got the fish with the helmet. You got Lunky walking around. That's a neat one. I don't know if you can beat that.
Lucky the Lunker. Yep, they have fun, and that quarterback here for the Lunkers takes a snap. Boy, he's got some pressure here defensively. He's going to throw it downfield, and it's intercepted by the Wiseguys. Bringing it back on the play is Primes. Primes with the pick on the pass from Terrace, and it'll be Wiseguys football here. They take over with 3:36 to play in the third quarter. It's not what the Lunkers were looking for down in this game. You see the replay there. Again, you really got to be able to throw on the run in this league. Scrambling is a big part of what you do offensively in this league. Ambrose back at quarterback. Evans in the backfield to the right of him. 43-24 our score. There's a fake handoff up the middle. Ambrose. And a flag on the play as he gets it to the 20-yard line of the Lunkers. Flag thrown. But the officials, they've done a fantastic job kind of figuring things out. Year 2 now. Last year, there was a lot of things going on. They had to adapt the rules, and I think they've really done a much better job this year in learning how to call the game. Byron Pearson does a good job in Springfield for a lot of the Lunkers games, but across the board, these guys doing the best they can.
Just like that, the new rules, running lane interference, we didn't have that last year. We didn't have running lanes. But they are adjusting to the new rules. And I'll tell you this, from now on, we're just going to get faster with those reviews and everything else that holds up the game, working to make it as speedy and enjoyable as possible.
Ambrose with Evans in motion vertically. Snap back, Ambrose looking downfield. Now he steps up. Through the running lane he goes forward. He gets it to midfield, and another flag on the play. Later the game gets, the more the yellow hankies come out sometimes. The guys get a little winded. Fortunate thing, they don't have to go both ways. Some of the guys do, but that's not something you see a lot of in this league. It's still a battle out there. You got 300-pound behemoths going against one another. Look in the middle there. You've got 2 guys that are going both ways, and L. Tyser going against Kyle Lester. They're both playing both ways. Those guys are tired.
Looking forward to that pregame meal, I'm sure.
And we got a challenge flag thrown by the Wiseguys here with 2:55 to play in the third quarter. Riley Underwood, my guest here in the broadcast booth high atop the arena in Springfield, Missouri, and we appreciate you being here. Fun watching these games on Saturday night. Attendance been what you guys had hoped for?
I mean, attendance has been good, and always looking to improve with our promotions and everything, but we've been happy with the fans. We have dedicated fans that come out. I mean, saw in St. Joseph at their first home game ever after they moved from Kansas City. There's people up cheering, yelling. They got their merch on. There's never been a Goats game in St. Joseph before. These are dedicated fans that come out, come to every game. So we see them, we say hi, we meet them at every stop we make. So it's good to see the Arena League fans. And that's what the league tries to do, not necessarily going for the huge markets, but trying to be more the big fish and more the medium-sized markets. More eyes on them.
Well, the Lunkers like that, the big fish.
Exactly.
Snap back, Ambrose rolls to his right, looking downfield, deep, throws it, man open, and caught in the end zone. Another perfectly placed pass by Jordan Ambrose. And a big catch downfield for Aaron Dilworth. My gosh, those two guys have combined. They have had quite a game here tonight against the Lunkers.
Yeah, you can say that again. I mean, Dilworth had 5 touchdowns coming into the game. He's almost matched it. He has 4 today alone.
Unbelievable performance. Give you a chance to tell us about the social media that you guys have. A lot of ways that people can find out about the Arena League.
Sure thing. We're on it's the Arena League pretty much on everything. You got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got YouTube. What a grab by Troy Evans at the corner there. A flag comes out. We're partnering with Fan Club this year, which means you can download the Fan Club app, register to win all sorts of prizes. You get football signed by Tim Brown. You can come down and watch it with us in the VIP box. You get to come to games for free, win signed jerseys by the players. I mean, it's pretty incredible everything you can win there. I mean, I get all this stuff, but I want to win some myself. I mean, I'm cutting in line for pictures with the kids and the mascots. I mean, they're telling me to get out of there, and yeah, it's good stuff.
And Fan Club has done a good job. A lot of interaction with the people off that, and I know the social media. You got a lot of different social media addresses that people can go to. Facebook, one of them.
The key to a great time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, one thing they haven't. All these Tim Brown signed footballs. They haven't asked me to sign a football to enter in the raffle yet. I think they're waiting for the playoffs for that to happen. I'm just not sure. If anyone asks,
we'll get that going for you. Hey, listen, you're from right around the area, right? I mean, not too far from here, not too far from St. Joe, and going to one of the great broadcast schools in the country as well, right?
That's what they say, I guess. Yes, sir. Just finished my junior year at Syracuse, entering my senior year, so just hoping to improve, get better each and every time, each and every day.
Here's a throw off again by the Wiseguys. Caught inside the 5 this time by the Lunkers. Down at about the 17, 18-yard line there. And the Lunkers will take over there. 1:55 to play in the quarter. Well, Riley, we appreciate you coming down. Best of luck to you. I enjoyed the conversation, and I look forward to doing it again sometime.
Well, I appreciate you having me on, and thank you for welcoming me in to Springfield, Missouri, and the Tacklebacks.
You bet. Thank you, sir. That's Riley Underwood with the Arena League joining us here in the third quarter to talk a little bit about the league and what's going on. Again, you can check out all the social media addresses. Here's the Lunkers going downfield, and the ball a little underthrown, intended for Matt Rush at the goal line. 49-24 as we welcome back Ryan Swanson to the booth. And Ryan, boy, we didn't do the Lunkers many favors while you were away.
No, not able to put any points on the board in the third so far, whereas the Wiseguys have been able to put some good numbers up. Ambrose still having a really good game. And we also would like to point out that all of these deep balls they've been throwing, all of the passing touchdowns have come from one man, that would being Aaron Dilworth. the 6'3 receiver, something I noticed going back, looking over on the stat sheet. So Dilworth having a great game as well on the deep ball. But yeah, the Lunkers running out of time, really. I mean, you still got 15 minutes in the fourth quarter, but with the way the Wiseguys are playing, you need something radical to happen on the defensive side of the ball to get anything going back your way.
I was surprised Dilworth was able to get several times, get steps on the defensive players downfield for those long passes. Mm-hmm. And then his leaping ability in the end zone has been another factor in this game offensively.
That's a perfect 1-2 punch. You got a half a step and you can got a higher jump than the other guy. If the ball's in the right spot, you're going to win those battles up in the end zone.
Here's a pass to Payne. Payne with the catch at midfield. Pass from Terrace. Payne down there. Slow getting up along with the defensive player. Helped up.
The Lunkers don't got a shot, so the defense really got to tighten up here in this fourth quarter.
Rush in motion vertically. Terrace takes a snap. He's going to take off upfield. He's got some running room. Cross the 5 and in for the score. Terrace scores for the Lunkers from 24 yards out. We just talked about it. Score quick, get the ball back, and do it again.
And right there, that's how you do it. First time Terrace has actually ran the ball with his two legs, able to get 24 yards out of it in the end zone. And this is the point here where you really start to think about the risks you're taking on the conversion side. Haven't been able to convert a lot for the Lunkers. I mean, do you still keep going for two? And they're going to still go for two.
We should mention Terrace switched from quarterback to wide receiver at Eastern Washington, so he's used to running with the football. Here's the give. The catch made by Tom Butters, but he is short, getting into the end zone for the extra point. Yet Terrace ended up switching to wide receiver at Eastern Washington, so trying to get back into his quarterback mode here. But we saw a little bit of that running after the catch on that play as he got into the end zone from 24 yards out. So 49-30 now. Still a strong performance by the Wiseguys. 14:23 to play. We may be looking at the player of the week in the Arena League in Jordan Ambrose with the numbers. What do you got right now unofficially?
Unofficially, he's hitting over 300 in total offense. That's over in the air and on the ground. And all of the touchdowns from this game have been from him. He's had a hand in some of them. Only rushing ones have came from him, and then all of the ones in the air.
Butters through the fingertips of Chapman in the end zone. Runs it out, and he'll be down as he crosses the 5-yard line. And that's where the Wiseguys will take over. Yep, this is the game of the week in the Arena League. The commish and some of the personnel, the league personnel here for this one, Tim Brown.
Hoping the Lunkers can string together a few good drives on both sides of the ball, have an exciting little bit to end this one. Defense, though, got a good stepping stone to start on. Inside their own 10 are the Wiseguys.
Ambrose, a lone setback here. Motion man vertically for the Wiseguys. Ambrose going to take off running. He slides at about the 11-yard line, and he's down right there. So he will pick up right at about 4 yards. 2nd and 6 now for the Wiseguys. Clock continues to tick. 13.5 minutes to play in the game. 49-30 our score.
They're swarming to him quicker when he starts to run up the middle, but be careful, because if he can stop before the line of scrimmage, make a quick throw over to the flat where those guys are leaving from, got to be careful.
Double motion there. Ambrose throws it downfield. Caught and down quickly on the play. Brown scored a touchdown in the game, gets it to the 20-yard line, and that's a first down for the Wiseguys. Last week, Quay Hicks, running back, was a load for the Lunkers. He's 6'1", 256, not playing in this one. Don't know the status, if he was injured or what, but between he and Ambrose. That was a tough assignment defensively for the Lunkers, and they were able to prevail and pick up the win. This time it's been Ambrose and Dilworth, the wide receiver, put on a show. Not much going on there.
The thing is, though, with this one is that for the Wiseguys, you can take as much time as you want with the lead you got right now, and that's what you should be doing. The turnovers, though, Lunkers been able to force a couple turnovers. That's really what you want to keep trying to do. Send a little bit more pressure, but watch up the middle. Because on throws like that right there where you just see, if one guy can break a little quicker, get just a hand on the ball, you're going to be able to get a chance to get a tip, to get a turnover on the play. That's what you need if you're the Lunkers right now. You're not going to have much luck, as of right now with the way that's been going on, with just getting a surrender or a turnover on downs. You want to keep trying to focus for the turnovers.
Brown again, the reception, the controlled passing game here for the Wiseguys, trying to eat up some time on the clock. Ambrose steps up. Now he's going to run. And he does get it across the 15 to the 13-yard line. Gain of about 7 or 8. It's about, for him, it seems like that was an easy 7 yards up the middle.
It's just the way they've been playing. They spread the entire field out, and then it forces the lineman to rush outwards, opens the middle of the field on either side. So as one man gets half a step on the inside, the middle is wide open, and if not here, they're forced to stay up in case he does break down. But if he makes one man miss, he's able to get up, and just it's great play design from the Wiseguys.
He gets it to about the 10 on this one, and they're bunched up right there. That should be enough for a first down, and is. So it'll be first and goal here for Hot Springs, just under 11 minutes to play.
I was saying earlier, though, the Lunkers have had a turnover in this type of territory once tonight.
First and goal. Ambrose sneaks inside. He's going to get it down to about the 6-yard line. That's about as safe a game as you could have offensively. Just keep it in the hands of number 2. He eluded one tackler in the backfield. Shot past him. He's tough to bring down one-on-one.
Now a player down for the Lunkers. Let's get an injury timeout going. And yeah, with Ambrose, 6'2", quarterback, definitely not the easiest man to bring down when he starts to move with his legs.
Jordan Ambrose, the player of the game here tonight with the football. He throws it up. That ball is going to be intercepted by the Lunkers. Daniel jumping up to intercept that pass. Heck of a catch in traffic there for Daniel.
And right there, that is a play with the ball you don't need to be making right there. You're up this big. You still have some time. Afterwards, you have a couple more downs to spare. Just chucking it up like that. I guess he was trying to throw it away, but that ball, it's a contested ball. Those are always dangerous. And a costly mistake, and the Lunkers get a bone out of this one and maybe a chance to go down and score, make this a little closer.
Well, they scored quickly on the last possession. See what they've got here. They can make this interesting, can't they?
Still plenty of time to 9:55 left. There's Mackey right there. You got plenty of time to make this interesting.
Terrace back at quarterback. Rush in motion vertically. It's going to take off deep. Terrace.
Yep, got a flag out.
Throws to Mackey. Mackey at midfield. Tripped up at the 25, but a flag in the backfield.
And another one in the secondary from the far judge. So we'll see what we got. We got 2 of them.
Officials will discuss this here.
So the first one will 100% be on the Lunkers coming off the snap in the backfield. However, if the second one is on the Wiseguys, it will be interesting if they offset. We will see. It was thrown right about there as the tackle was going down. Couldn't really make out what it was.
I think possibly Rush went over the line of scrimmage a little too early on his motion.
On the
Both against the
defense.
defense.
I did see a little bit of tug on that replay. Didn't know if that was the call. A
Face
huge
mask,
break.
one of them.
And that should add on the end of the play. So now the Lunkers knocking on the door.
Yep, football at the 11-yard line of the Wiseguys. 9:40 to play in the game. 19-point lead for Hot Springs. A give to Mackey up the middle. Gets it to the 6-yard line, and he's leg tackled there.
5 yards up the middle. You're still outside the 5. You can still run that one again. Outside the 5-yard line.
Mackey to the side of Terrace in the backfield.
See the linebacker slowly starting to pinch in.
Here's a pass, wide open in the end zone, caught. Butters with the catch there for the Lunkers. As they score quickly, the fake handoff, little play action there to Rush as he went by, and then the pass in the end zone for the score. And just like that, it's down to a 13-point lead, and the Lunkers will go for one here.
It's a great play action. Everyone bit. Butters just slid underneath. Beautiful play design right there for the Lunkers. Now we're just going for one to play it safe.
Terrace rolling to his right, throws it back the other way, and it is knocked down.
And that would have put them within 12. Would have made it a 2-score game without conversions. So remains a 13-point game. 8:48 left. Good offensive drive from the Lunkers. Defense did their job. I would like to point out, though, turnovers are going well, but I don't think you're going to be able to rely on those for a long-term form of trying to get the ball turned over for the Lunkers. So we'll see how the defense responds on this next drive. But the Lunkers right now with a push to try and make this one interesting.
A throw off here, and again, Butters will be back in his own end zone to throw it downfield. Well, just as we had scripted it out, a couple of quick scores. Can they do it again?
This one ends, and that's off his hands. Got to take it.
Oh, cutting outside, got some running room. Some red jerseys cutting in, back out. And we have Hankey down on the field at about the 7-yard line.
I'm going to take a bet and say that this one's going to be going on the Wiseguys. So inside the 5 once again for the Wiseguys. Another chance again, a long way to go on the field. Approaching about what the Lunkers have been averaging up a game, as you were saying the stat earlier, around 50, I think is what the number was per game.
Yeah, they
on the
average,
defense.
average 46 points a game. They give up 50, while Hot Springs averages 37. They give up 36, and that's exactly what the Lunkers have scored. Ambrose, quick hitter on the outside, and a quick hit on the play by the Lunkers defensively. First down for the Wiseguys. That's Evans with the catch.
And I do love the way that the Wiseguys have been scripting these plays. It's only one far DB out, so a linebacker has to come back up. And when you bring a guy in motion from the backfield and then another guy as a tight end to come up on just a quick out route, you pull two guys away, and it's wide open every time. Beautifully schemed by the Wiseguys.
1st and 10, Ambrose dancing in the backfield. Ball caught on the right sideline. Terrell Brown with the catch. Gain of about 8 before he's pushed into the wall.
Well,
they have a very efficient passing game, don't they? They can go short, but they also have the long ball arsenal as well.
They use these motions to come out as decoys, but then the one time they fake the pass, the safety can bite, and it leaves that one guy who's normally just used to pull the coverage out wide open on a deep ball.
Another quick hitter. Oh, the ball gets away from Evans after the catch. He gets it to the 20-yard line of the Lunkers. Hit hard on that play. Lost the ball momentarily. Craig Travis with the hit defensively. Another first down for the Wiseguys, and the clock continues to tick. 6:44 to play in the game. Here's Ambrose. He gets outside. He'll pick up a couple hard-earned yards this time.
And that's the point in the game where if you're the Lunkers, you get into a position like that, peanut punch time. You got to start whacking at the football. Anything to get the ball out. You got to be a little bit aggressive here. 6 minutes left, 13 points left to make up. Not a lot of time to make that type of deficit. Got to try and force the ball in any way. Force a mistake. You got to punch that ball out. And there's the hit right there. Beautiful hit down by the knees, but forces the ball out. Wasn't able to recover, unfortunately.
Evans again with the catch. They go with that little flat passing game, short passing game, which is effective. Evans out of the backfield. He can do it from his running back position, or he can set up as a wing back and catch passes. He's been a good complement to Ambrose back there. Not a lot of yardage from the run game for the Wiseguys other than Ambrose. And here he goes, rolling to his right. Comes back middle of the field, now takes off. And he's going to get in for the score, but where did he go out, I think?
I think he went a little too late on that one. I don't think that was. It's bound to happen with the quarterback that runs as much as he does.
5:20 to play in the game. Ambrose dropping back. Boy, he's got some running room now. Gets outside, inside the 10. It's going to take some guys to bring him down. They slow his progress, and he is down at about the 7-yard line. And that'll be a 1st and goal now for the Wiseguys. That was a big play there. Again, once that defender slipped past him in the backfield, the initial defender, Ambrose had clear sailing up the middle of the field.
And with that set up right there, with Tyser being the one rusher, he doesn't have the speed to catch up if he breaks through past the front line of scrimmage. And when the entire linebacking core is upfield, not a lot they can do about it.
Tyser able to get the initial hit this time on Ambrose, and then finished off on the play by Craig Travis. Ambrose across the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Clock at 4:15 to play in the game.
And you'd have to think a score here is probably a dagger in this one.
Second and goal.
But again, turnovers have been found in this area for the Lunkers. So I wouldn't count them out yet.
Yeah, that jump ball has not been as effective as they want. Here's the end around Evans. He'll lose yardage, a couple yards on the play. Trying to get outside. That's what I talked about. Their running game has only been effective with Ambrose. Evans has not had as much daylight running the football. He's done a much better job as a receiver out of the backfield.
Now you got third and goal from the 7, but again, you can run the ball from this spot outside the 5.
That was a loss of 3 on that play.
So still opens up the playbook.
Ambrose looking downfield, and it is caught by Brown in the end zone. He was defended on the play by Daniel, but Brown held on with the head-first dive towards the wall. That was a heck of a play both ways. Defended well by Daniel, but a heck of a catch made on the head-first dive that time by Brown.
It's good defense, great. It's just a better throw, though. That's in the right spot where he needs it to be. That's just one falling over, contested. It's in the perfect spot. Nothing you can really do about that one. Just got to tip your cap. You were there on his hip, got a handout, just was able to make the contested play.
Going for two here. Ambrose rolling to his left, throws it up in the air, and it is caught. 2-point conversion caught. Who's going to get up over there? Again, that is Brown at 5'8". Brown out-leaps the defensive back and hauls that one in for the 2-point conversion. 57-36, the Wiseguys with 3:03 to play.
And with that one, it is in any sports, in any league, especially with a sport like football, really hard to beat a team twice. Win the first one, Ozark Lunkers did, but they come back. That one might be the dagger currently. And a loss here, depending on how the game between the Goats and the Axemen goes, depends on where they end up in the standings now. Because should just still be fourth, which still, again, is a playoff bid, but you go in and then you're going to be playing who are the current number 1 and number 2 teams in the league for the next 3 weeks. You played Duluth twice and Iowa, which Iowa team already played and ended up losing to. So you already lost the first one with Iowa. So best case scenario, you split both series, you win 2 more. That leaves you at 4 wins. Hopefully that will keep you in 4th. It'll all depend on how Eau Claire and St. Joseph play. One of those teams will be at 2 wins, tied with the Lunkers. So we will see how that ends up and folds out.
Throw off down to Mackey. Mackey going to try and return it for the Lunkers, and he'll go nowhere. Boy, they have neutralized him. Done a good job on Mackey. And again, adjustment from week to week, from half to half. But tip your cap once again to Bones Bagante, head coach of the Hot Springs Wiseguys. Put together a good game plan defensively.
Absolutely, especially after that first game where Mackey was a huge chunk of this offense for the Lunkers. Come back this week and you do a great job to neutralize his effect on the offensive side of the ball.
57-36 our score. 2-minute warning coming up. Terrace looking downfield. He's going to take off and pitches it at the last minute. They're going to go with the double pass, lateral. Mackey dives forward as they get it across midfield. Is that a flag over there?
It might have been a technical forward pass on the one to Mackey. We'll have to look at the replay, but that's what I'm assuming the call is going to be on. We see the Whitecaps talking it over. So here's the original one. That one's good, and you'll see it here. Yep, I'm going to, from that angle, it looks like a forward pass. Nope, wave it off. So play stands. Lunkers move to the 19. You got 2:17 left. Still time, probably just trying to look for one more score.
Well, Ryan, as you had mentioned, Lunkers back home next week against Duluth, while the Wiseguys are off. Then they head to St. Joe. That'll be 2 weeks from tonight.
And looking, hold on.
Pass middle of the field. Oh, one-handed catch made. Wow, what a snare that time by the Lunkers. But a player down for the Wiseguys. Doing in this fourth quarter with 2 minutes to play. Terrace fires it into the end zone, into the gut of his teammate. That is Greer, who scores on the first play after the 2-minute warning. Just like that, great pass by Mike Terrace.
Absolutely right on that one. Right in the basket on that one, falling towards the ground. Can't really put that in a different spot. You'll see here a great angle right there from the guys down in the truck. Shout out to them putting on the production for you. Thankful for them for being able to put on the show that we're able to do here. But all those Knicks Alive people.
Yeah, they have done a fantastic job once again, and a welcome addition to the Lunkers this season. There's an interception in the end zone, but stays right there.
Yep.
So the conversion again fails for the Lunkers. Did they get one so far in this game? I'm trying to remember if the Lunkers got a conversion, but first half it was until the last minute or so of the half before we actually had a conversion, successful conversion. That pass intended for Payne.
I'm trying to think back to it. I don't think so, because maybe one. I can't remember. That'll be something I'll have to go look back from the tape of the game after this one.
So Lunkers the only home team to lose tonight in the league. The others in the battle of tied teams, all the home teams win. Duluth at home by considerable margin. Is that still going on?
Right now I got this as live, but if we're at this point in the game with these types of blowouts, I'm going to assume these are best finals. You can make them. St. Joseph and Eau Claire 64-26. Absolute trampling over in St. Joseph.
Lunkers will get their free play here. They're trailing in the second half, so they get a free play. Pass middle of the field. They've got to get two. There's a pitch back to Payne, but he drops the football. Picked up by the Wiseguys. They had a chance to get the first down. They had a free play trailing in the second half. Untimed free play, and they were a yard away from getting the first down and keeping possession of the football. And Payne drops the ball at midfield.
See it here.
Here's the pitch.
Butters almost falling over. He pitched it back to Payne, but he just could not hold on to the football. And with the Wiseguys getting possession back, that's probably going to do it definitively.
Well, a heck of a performance by the first-year Wiseguys here tonight. Come into Springfield and knock off the Ozarks Lunkers.
Still got a minute 55, so you got still time for maybe a turnover or two, but I doubt they're going to probably just be wasting the clock here.
Keep it on the ground as long as they can on this possession and run it out. See Mr. Ambrose.
The only saving grace here is that the play clock's running, but actual clock isn't, so you still got that whole minute 55.
Pass to Chapman. Chapman will pick up 3 on that first down call. And the Lunkers will call a timeout here with 1:46 to play. Well, we'll see what happens next week with the first place there during that timeout. Great addition to the team as well. Pass on the right flat, caught, and down at midfield. Once again, Brown with the catch. He's had a pretty good game from his receiver position. The Lunkers call another timeout here inside the 2-minute warning. 1:37 to play. Trailing 57-42. Talk about the Lady Lunkers and the mascot for the Lunkers. That's Lucky the Lunker. Just a lot going on here. Some great sponsors. We always want to thank them for being part of the broadcast and sponsoring the games here each week. Make-A-Wish was here, and that was a great event at halftime. So just a fun time at the Tackle Box, the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds. Well, this will be a happening place. You'd mentioned that earlier here this month, matter of fact, with the fair.
Yep, the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds. A lot of activity over the summer, just adding a little bit more here across the way in Wilson Logistics Arena. Always catch myself going here to the fairgrounds at least once or twice a summer. A couple more times with football back in town, but...
What's your go-to food at the fair?
Oh.
Corn dog guy, or you one of those?
I'm not necessarily food, but I always go to the root beer stand. Always got to get me a little...
Jug
of root beer every time I go.
Ambrose, that was a called running play, and he's bottled up. The Lunkers read that one beautifully. He goes nowhere. That's one of the first times he's been held for negative yardage. Bring up 4th down now. See the replay here. It's much what the Wiseguys have done to Mackey when he gets the football in this game.
And no reason not to just go for it here. 1st down. You got 2 seconds left before you got to hike this ball. You got to move. Play game.
Yep.
Oh.
Penalty against the Wiseguys.
Surrendering will put them on the 15 on their side of the midfield, correct?
It will. Now, they could surrender here if they wanted to. They're up 57-42, but they're not going to do that.
You're up 15, yeah.
Go for it on 4th and 10. Under a minute to play in the game. Motion man vertical. Going to throw it deep downfield. Why not? Overthrown. Great defense that time by Greer. Pass intended for Troy Evans running the go route. And the Lunkers will take over with 51 seconds to play.
The last game we did have in the tackle box, a lot of fans left, and then it ended up being a come-from-behind victory. So 51 seconds, still a little bit of a long shot, but hey, you get the ball, you're 17 yards out, quick score, and above all else, you get a 3-point conversion, get back to the 25 on your free play. There's still plenty of time left. It's a long shot, to be fair. However, got to be a little hopeful.
Well, we'll have the Arena League postgame show coming up with Tim Brown, featuring top plays and league insights you don't want to miss. That'll be coming up after this one's over. Lunkers will throw it into the end zone, and it is caught. Matt Rush, just like that. Terrace to Rush for the touchdown. You know, they've had a couple of quick strikes in this game.
And if there's anything they do want to take away from this game, their ability to strike quickly on a couple of these offensive drives has been hasn't been sustained, but it has been there. And now we'll see how the Lunkers are going to attack this one from our 2-point conversion from the 10, which would put them within 7.
Snap back. Terrace rolls to his left, throws it low, and it's incomplete. He was rolling to his left, threw to his right. Triple coverage. The ball a little bit low, incomplete.
Able to get back. I'd send
End
pressure
zone.
here.
I got some speedsters on the outside. Terrace being rushed. He's going to throw it short. He had the pressure coming. Went with a little cross defensively. Coming at Terrace on the play was Taylor Hunt quickly, and he had to get rid of that ball very quickly. Again, you can't throw it too high. Ideally, what you'd want to do when a guy's coming at you like that, throw it up in the air, give it some air. But you throw it up too high, downfield, and you're going to hit the ceiling. So now the Wiseguys get it here with 47 seconds to play, and they can take a knee, and that'd be about it.
Yep, and on a play like that especially, I mean, that much pressure coming in, you got 2 guys running downfield on 2 corners. You're better off just chucking that ball up in the air and hoping for the best. No one had their head turned on that one, falls to the ground, and probably just going to be a knee. Might even try and, if you're this close, they may even try and score.
He will go down to a knee and see if they blow the whistle one more time. They'll slowly walk it up, put the ball there. The clock continues to tick. Remember, there's a 20-second play clock, which has already started, so they will probably be the last play right here, and he'll take another knee, and the final score will be 57-48. We will have the Arena League post-game show coming up with Tim Brown. There's your knee. Hey, fans, open the Fan Club app now to see if you made the fan highlight reel. Check your points and claim your rewards. Coming up next, we have the post-game show For Ryan Swanson, Tom Ladd, Wiseguys win it on the road over the Lunkers 57-4.
Fly away. It's the first time of today.